Got no paper, told him quit the pocket watching jeans ripping at the seams, holding on some bed foes. Schizophrenic with the bag, listen to the money, nigga praying every day. Glad to say I was.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. On play action, May. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Vegas territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 58 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this has taken that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game. But not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8, now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
This is 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, May. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll throw with May. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. On play action, Fields. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. He got 29 yards that time.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with Gibbs. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. To throw is Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Fields now to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Commanders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Off the play fake. Here's May. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's May. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now a first down throw, Fields. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw, Fields. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gibbs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This now a 3rd and 4. Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And they go play action with May. He targets Ingram for another grab. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run here with Henderson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Throwing here is May. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. K.J. Hamler with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders add 6 to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now 2nd and 3. And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. The Raiders at 4-8 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Here's Fields. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Ed Oliver make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Now look out. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
18 more yards there and another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. To throw, it's May. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
And all the way down to the 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. Rolling to his left. And And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Play action. It's Fields. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 130 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Fields on 1st down. He'll throw complete to Gus Edwards. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Here's Fields. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. They'll try the left side with Henderson. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To the air, May. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Henderson running straight ahead. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw for it with May. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Commanders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Commanders have retaken a third quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second down, here's Gibbs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The offense on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Another run for Gibbs here. And no sidestepping that hit. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Raiders are right back in this football game. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on the punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
2nd down and 8. Gibbs on the toss left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he is going to lose yardage here. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Now Fields. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah. That is intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Here's 2nd down. Now Fields.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Back to throw, Fields.
He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
2nd and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
They'll let this go deep for Collins.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Here's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
On the give, here's Gibbs. And quickly another 1st down, but tackled inbounds.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
A toss out right to Gibbs. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Hand off now to Gibbs.
There he goes left side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Here's 1st down. And one last throw here for Fields. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Commanders come up